Thanks for watching TechWiki. Click the subscribe button, then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos.
So you've bought yourself a fancy new TV. You've plugged in the power cord and an HDMI cable for your cable box, and bam, you're ready to go. But hold on a minute. What's this festival of multicolored connectors on the back? What are those even used for? I mean, doesn't basically everything use HDMI these days? Well, while HDMI has superseded a lot of older standards, those other jacks can still be quite useful. So today, we're going to demystify the little ports you might find on the back of your TV or your AV receiver, starting out with a venerable RCA connector. This thing is named for the old Radio Corporation of America, who originally designed it as a simple analog connection for audio devices, and actually goes all the way back to the 1940s. But because of its versatility and simplicity, is still surprisingly common on modern electronics. On a TV or receiver, you're likely to find at least a pair of them, one white and one red, which correspond to left and right analog stereo audio channels, respectively. RCA audio is still quite popular as it makes simple tasks like connecting a pair of speakers to your TV once you get sick of the tinny built-in audio rather straightforward. But you may also see them grouped with a yellow jack, which carries composite video. This supports a standard definition analog video signal and can be found on tons of VCRs, DVD players, and game consoles prior to the late 2000s. So while composite video has fallen off in popularity due to its limited resolution and the fact it's more susceptible to interference than modern standards, it's still useful if you want to dust off the old N64 and enjoy some Ocarina of Time on your flat screen. Which isn't to say it's the best way to enjoy your retro games. If your TV happens to have one of these doodads, congrats, you've got support for S-Video. The idea behind it was that instead of a single conductor, it had two, using one for brightness information and another for color. Now this cut down on interference and improved picture quality. It was once popular on DVD players and even on some game consoles, but it enjoyed only a very short time in the sun, eventually getting mostly phased out in favor of, what? RCA again? Yeah, so if you spot a green, blue, and red set of RCA jacks next to each other, your device supports component video. The idea here is similar to S-Video, except that the green cable carries brightness information, while the blue and red cables both carry color signals, blue and red respectively, which makes a lot of sense, right? Separating the signals out improves image quality even further and even enables high-definition output. Component video was common on game consoles like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 for HD output to TVs before HDMI became super widespread. And that brings us at last to the final thing you'll commonly see RCA connectors used for, digital audio like Dolby 5.1. Usually it'll have a label that says coaxial on it, but it should not be confused with the coaxial connector for cable TV service or an FM antenna because that's a totally different kind of cable. The audio coaxial cable is built to a different internal spec than run-of-the-mill RCA audio cables, but in practice, you can probably get away with using a garden variety RCA cable as long as it isn't too long. Or you could just use this thing, called a Toslink connector for digital audio. Toslink is actually an optical standard, so it uses light to transfer data over a specialized cable, hence the reason Toslink connectors often glow on the back of your TV or receiver. Another audio-only standard is the familiar 3.5mm jack for connecting headphones and speakers, which you'll find on computers, audio players, and older smartphones. Some equipment uses the larger 1/4-inch stereo connector, which has the same functionality. Moving away from audio, you may also find this D-sub VGA connector, which was very common on older computer monitors, but since it's an analog standard, it's more prone to interference. So modern PCs have largely ditched it in favor of digital standards. We felt like we needed to mention it anyway though, because it's still included on some TVs and many projectors in case you need to connect something like an aging laptop. Now, of course, you might bypass using all of these and just go with this thing, the HDMI connector, which supports both high-def video and audio, along with networking on the same cable. And although digital coaxial and Toslink can only carry traditional surround sound like Dolby Digital and DTS, only HDMI supports lossless formats like Dolby True HD and DTS Master Audio. The newest revisions support high resolutions and refresh rate outputs, as well as HDR for more realistic images, a feature also found on HDMI's PC-focused competitor, DisplayPort. Now, on the subject of surround sound, these aren't common on TVs themselves, but if you have an AV receiver, it's likely you'll find a bank of old-fashioned two-conductor speaker wire outputs for your speakers. This tab style is normally found on the lower end and can also be used for AM radio antennas. But if you go more fancy, they'll probably look a little bit more like this. Now there are a couple of ways to connect to these guys, either by stripping the wire and screwing it into place, or by picking up some of what are called banana plugs and simply plugging them in. As for the 0.1 of your however many 0.1 audio setup, standalone subwoofers usually still use RCA. Yeah, when I said we were done with RCA, I lied. Sorry. Now the funny thing here is that RCA isn't even the only shockingly old connector you'll find on the back of a receiver. This RS-232 serial port can be used both for firmware updates and hardwire remote control for folks who find infrared just not reliable enough for some reason. And finally, and this is true of both receivers and TVs, you'll usually find some USB and Ethernet ports on modern AV equipment. They can both be used for firmware updates, and USB is great for everything from streaming media content to charging your game console controllers, while Ethernet is for, well, I don't think I really have to explain this, but I'll do it anyway for the sake of completeness. You can use it to connect to the internet so you can stream content from online apps, integrate with digital assistants, and browse the internet if you're just a sucker for punishment. And speaking of punishment, do you constantly find yourself racing?
This video is sponsored by LastPass. Greetings and welcome to another LGR unboxing thing. It's December, a fitting time of year to open gifts, although this isn't limited to December on LGR since you lovely folks donate awesome things to the channel year-round, like all this. So, get comfy and we'll get to unboxing. But before that, a brief plug because this video is sponsored by LastPass, which I think is awesome because LastPass not only relieves the anxiety of keeping up with
middle. Fire! I have enemies to share. I am under fire. Nice shot, my friend.
long passwords and helping sync your logins across devices, but it's something I've used myself for a while anyway, so I know firsthand that it's good stuff. So the LastPass app, that's what the name point. This first one here from Dennis. Don't know what this is. It's a very flat package. Okay. Oh, that's right. So he went to QuakeCon this year, August whatever, 2018, and got this signed by the Doom development team. That's just insanely cool. Thank you so much, sir. Holy crap. Gotta frame this. I'll go right there for now. Got one here from Gravilogic. Ooh, oh yeah, that's right. So check this out. These right here, they call switch blades. So they go on the side of your Nintendo Switch when you've got the little Joy-Cons off the side of it, and it makes it look all nice. And that's actual cherry wood. Yep, smells like wood. Yeah, I'm gonna put these on when I get home. Here's a picture of that. Yeah, it looks awesome. And back a few months ago, they wanted to start a business. It was particularly inspired by my videos. That's insanely cool if I am inspiring anyone to do anything productive. Thank you very much, Tim and Gravilogic. That's a, I don't know, a nifty little product. All right. I don't know who this is from. Oh, this is a...
Let's go. Decoy. Throw in smoke. Has anyone seen them? The sniper.
New in-box, big box PC game, Dark-like Conflict. I do remember being told about this, but I don't recall who it was from. It was quite a while ago. I'll put the name here at the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much for this. I have never played this. Okay, got one here from Daniel in California. All right, here's that thing. I done up and forgot. All right, yeah, that was some time ago, but yeah, this is...
Let's go. They must be here
This is a Warhammer Epic 40,000 PC game in a big box. Appears to be sealed. Final Liberation. Turn-based strategy. An epic battle for human survival. Looks cool. I just love that art. This is like the main reason I'm like, yeah, send it to me. But yeah, thank you very much, Daniel. All right, got one here from Akbakuku on YouTube. So yeah, he has a channel on YouTube, and he recently put this extremely useful product together. This is an ATX to PC Junior. So this lets you replace your like original IBM PC Junior power supply with an ATX one or a Pico ATX, you know, one of those kind of things. Got some 3D printed little dealios there, inserts. It's just an incredibly useful device. He's done some videos on it. I've seen a few people do videos on this now, like restoring their PC Juniors. I thought that this was just an excellent product and one that I happen.
Let's go, my friends. Check in. Grenade! Grenade out! Counter-terrorists win. Our star point. Move it, move it! safe, my friends. I am throwing smoke. Throwing fire. I am throwing a grenade. Throwing a flashbang. Grenade! Throwing smoke. Terrorists win. Move, my friends. Let us go this way. Molotov. Grenade. Flashbang. I am throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
To need. So thank you very much, Akbakuku. Okay, got another one here from the UK, and I don't know who it's from once again. W, perhaps, I don't know. All I could read was W. Oh, candy. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, no problem. GP2X emailed me about, I had a bunch of people get in touch about the GP2X, and I'm like, yeah, if somebody has one that's complete in box or as close to it as possible, then I'd be curious to cover one at some point, and looks like this one may be. Yeah, GP2X Value Pack. It was either after I covered the Tapwave Zodiac or the Gizmondo, one of the two. I got in touch about this, and yeah, here it is. I've never actually held one of these. Wow. I need some cleaning, but I mean, it looks all right otherwise, so thanks very much for this. And there's some candies in here. They got a little, well, kind of exposed to the elements. I don't know about that, but anyway, I guess these are Smarties from elsewhere. They're like chocolate things.
Go, go, go. Fire. I am throwing a grenade. Flashbang. I am throwing a flashbang. Fire. I am setting the bomb. Our guns shall bring us victory. Terrorists win. Let's go, let's go. Throwing smoke.
every time I bring up Smarties in any video, people are like, oh, they don't look like Smarties from my country. Well, there's a lot of things called Smarties. These are the chocolate ones. And then, yeah, what are these? Round trees? It smells a little bit like syrup. Despite having a Skittle-y aesthetic. Yeah, they definitely taste like Skittles. I love this little reseal sticker. That is the coolest accessory to any candy packet I've ever seen. Anyway, thanks for these. All right, got another one from the UK. This is from Alan.
To victory! Drop in a decoy! They must be here somewhere. Molotov! I am throwing smoke! Throwing fire! Yes, yes. Follow me, my friend. Terrorists win. Let's go, let's go. Throw in the smoke. Has anyone seen them? I am throwing a grenade! Flashbang! I am planting the bomb. Fire! Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Let's go! Throwing fire. Check in. That makes two left. Smoke. Throwing a flashbang. Come back with me, my little friends. Let's go! I'm going to plant the bomb at B. Finito, Sanison. I am throwing a flashbang! Throwing a flashbang! They must be here somewhere. Throwing smoke. Grenade out!
This is the wood grain Scion 3A we talked about. I will enjoy it. Retro Steam Tech is his channel. There's another handheld computing device kind of thing that I have never used. Whoa, look at that mechanism. It like hides this little... Yeah, there's a very interesting history going on with this, and it's well worth a video at some point. As I say with pretty much everything that I receive in these videos, I'm very well aware. But this one, I don't know, I've always been interested, and yeah, this one happened to have that sort of burled wood grain effect going on. So this is just really cool. And what are these? Well, yeah, some software, backgammon, and Chinese chess, and Games Deluxe 3A.
I'm taking point. Move! Smoke!
Hey, well that's awesome. Thank you very much. Cool, got one from the US finally. This is from Mike and Nikki. Got some big box PC games. Yeah, a little hard to read. It's kind of light on ink, it appears. Yeah, basically it's saying there are some games in here. Typed it out on a Smith Corona Skywriter, but it appears he's very much used to more modern keyboards. I guess it's her typewriter anyway. Anyway, yeah, there's some really cool games in here. Received them in a large bundle of games alongside a Televideo 910 terminal from the father of one of our close friends. Very cool. I've always wanted to get into typewriters. Anyway, let's see here. We got, yes, Civilization 3 Conquests. This I did not have. Gothic. This is the US release. This is oddly, like, way harder to find in box than the European one, which I've actually imported from Germany. But this one, the Zycat US release, it was like a budget thing. Wasn't sold in high quantities at all. Gothic 2 took off a little bit more here in the US, but the first one, not so much. So this is actually quite tough to find in box. And this, I don't know, I've never come across that in box either in my thrifting travels. So thank you very much. Got one from Scott in Australia. Ooh, that's right. This is downright fascinating. Something I never heard of before. It's an Australian interactive fiction game distributed by the Department of Education in Queensland, 1986. Oh, Look at this. I don't know if this is actually like
Go, go, go! Deploying flashbang. Has 3 left. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Flashbang. Incendiary out. Follow me. Counter-terrorists win. Let's go. Grenade out. Incendiary. Grenade. Smoke.
edutainment or anything. It's from the Department of Education, but it just came with all these wonderful extras. Yeah, it has to be educational of some kind. It's got a teacher's guide. This is really, really, really cool. This is like a classroom edition of this game. Yeah, it comes with all sorts of fascinating bits of stuff, as well as this poster.
I'll lead. Move it, son. On me. Roger that. Cheers, big fella. Throwing smoke. Throwing fire. 3 guys left. Oh, that's brilliant shooting, lad. Bomb has been planted. Throwing fire. I'm defusing the bomb. Thank you. Let's move out. Incendiary out. Laying down smoke. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang. Throwing smoke. Incendiary. That makes one. Counter-terrorists win. Let's make this right as rain. Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang. That makes three. One left. I regret waking up this morning. Nice work.
Reward. His Majesty offers the sum of 500 gold pieces for the capture of the pirate vessel Success and her crew. The 80s, right? When even your Teacher's Edition edutainment titles came in fantastic packages with a bunch of extras. In Australia as well. I don't know if I have any Australian edutainment things, so thank you very much for this. This is awesome. All right, got one here from Power PCME. Oh, this looks like a record, like vinyl record. Appears to be a pin of some kind. It is a record. Power PCME. Me? PC Me? Endless Summer. Nice. I'm curious what this sounds like. These, fresh air. Honda Civic, windows down. I'm getting some nostalgic vibes. That's nice. It's got some nice engraved scratchings and such too. The name's a shout out to their favorite era of computing, mixture of PowerPC, Macintoshes, Apples, and Windows Millennium Edition. Okay. Well, that's a mix. That was a 1 of 100 color variant. That's very cool. Oh, it's a hologram. Yeah, it's a hologram etching. I should have known. I've got a few of those. Oh, and it will not get flagged for copyright on YouTube. Well, good. Yeah, in case you don't know, I actually collect a lot of records. I collect more vinyl than I do games these days. I don't really talk about it much, though, because I prefer to keep it to myself. I need some of my own hobbies, dang it, or I'll go crazy. But anyway, thank you very much for sending this album my way. That's really cool. Okay, I got one from Hatchet Book Group. Only aware of one book being sent to me right now, and I believe it's from Nostalgia Nerd. And yep, nice hardback book here. Yeah, the Nostalgia Nerd's Retro Tech, Computers, Consoles, and Games. This is really, really cool. Yeah, Peter from Nostalgia Nerd. Solid channel, cool guy. I'm assuming it's a good book too. I don't know. They said I could use it as a doorstop. It looks like it would use, or it would work very well as a doorstop. It's a nice, sturdy hardback with hard edges, and man, smells like new book. Wow, this is pretty cool. Reminds me of a lot of those like compilations that Retro Gamer magazine has done, but in like a smaller, more compact coffee table book form. A slightly disappointing lack of IBM compatibles. Looks like maybe there's just one section. Just like handheld gaming, it's worthy of an entire book in itself. And for that reason, it is omitted from this volume. Ooh, well, this is a volume of many to come, I hope. Good stuff. Thanks, Peter. This is a little different. Got one here from Ireland. I don't know who in Ireland. I can't read the thing on the customs form. Oh, this is a lot of crisps. And a little box of something and a note. Yeah, definitely opened that the wrong way around. Ah, that's right, Cold R Fusion. I recognize your username. Yeah, volume 2 of the cards, and I've included a few bags of Irish chips. Hope you have a fun Christmas as well, and thanks for the happy birthday. It means this week as I'm filming this, so let's see what's in here. Yeah, that's right, this is, we got volume 2 of these collectible cards. This is what, I think Top Trumps or something like that. He sent me volume 1 of this, or Series 1, Part 1, Collection 1, I don't know, a while back. This is the second part. Thank you very much for that. I don't know, these are cool. I've never played this, but cards. And look at all these friggin' chips. Tato chips. I love that. I don't know. Salt and vinegar. Oh, man. They're chips from Ireland. They gotta be amazing, right? Like potatoes. It's kind of a thing. Smoky bacon. Okay. No. I love salt and vinegar, but I gotta try this because I've never had a smoky bacon chip. Yeah, I mean, those look pretty appetizing. There's a little bit of a bacon undertone there. It really is just like tasty potatoes with a smoky, meaty something. Like, it almost reminds me of barbecue chips, just a tiny bit, but it's not as strong as those. These are really good. Thanks. I'm gonna have to use 1 or 2 of these in LGR Foods, perhaps. All right, I had to readjust a little bit here. Packages are getting larger, and I had to finish those chips. I got this one here from Jason in California. We got some apparel of some kind. So included a copy of Ghostmaster. I do have a copy of this, but I'll pass it on to somebody who needs it. And a demo disc of some kind. Oh, this is from those guys. Yeah, they did like Corpse Killer and Quarterback Attack and all those other weird FMV games. Digital Pictures, that's right. That's fascinating. Oh my goodness. This is a CompUSA jacket, and this is the main thing that I wanted, just for like weird collecting purposes. This is a CompUSA, this is one of their official shirts, and it's actually in my size. I always kind of wanted to work at CompUSA as a kid. I just wanted to live there, to be honest. But yeah, sadly, a dead thing now. At least the original stores. But check it out, I can cosplay and pretend I live in CompUSA. Nice, thank you very much. Got one here from Greg. Here's the 2 pocket CD game collections he found. Awesome. Picked them up when he worked at CompUSA. Man, you know, if anybody ever mentions anything CompUSA, I'm pretty much guaranteed to, like, be interested. Yeah, these things. So these are cool. Not only are they on small little mini CDs that have a shape to them, but they are for pocket PCs. Nope, they're not. They're just for desktops. It's called Pocketware, but these are desktop games. Well, that's kind of interesting too. Wow, they were marked down to 1 cent. Pretty much the definition of shovelware at a certain time period. There's just a bunch of these weird little mini CD packs like that. They also included one of these little Camaro Hot Wheels mouse devices. So thank you very much. Neat things. I got one here from my home state, North Carolina. This is from Gabe. And I think I know what this is, actually, yeah. This is AOL's Digicam. And yeah, I think one of his employees there at the computer seller, I believe is his... Okay, getting a little larger. Got one here from Carlo. Got some Gateway 2000 stuff. Card, perhaps. Was this a Lotus? It's a Lotus company hat. And more Gateway stuff. And I don't know what that is. It's an IBM branded 40 gig portable hard disk. And got some lovely software that was packed in with, ooh, Card 97, nice. Packed in with a Gateway 2000 at some point. Oh, how nice. Hope I have a great Christmas and safe New Year. Thanks to you as well. Yeah, I got some stuff you came across while thrifting. Well, thank you very much, Carlo. Didn't know he was sending this stuff. He's got some crazy shit. Stickers suck. I got one here from Aaron. This is the Nicomatic Design Factory, over 600 projects. This is one of those print centers that were just all over the place in the 90s, but this is Nickelodeon themed. Oh, Aaron, looks like you discovered fonts, or at least these are like older fonts too. Recently found a True Type font collection on CD. Yeah, he runs the channel Silicon Classics. Aaron's just a cool guy, and yeah, this is full of fonts. Oh wow, I found an SGI 320 visual workstation from a local guy. That's awesome. Yeah, he's over in Raleigh as well, so yeah, good stuff. Thank you for this. Never come across that before. Okay, got one from Kevin. Bunch of individually wrapped goodies. Check out the note before we get to those. Let's see here. Ooh, handwriting. It did indeed survive the Armageddon of USPS. Yeah. You know, I'm not a big N64 collector, but when he offered a sealed copy of Ocarina of Time, I'm pretty down for that. Thanks a lot for this. That's just really cool. Shh, I've never played this. Oh, 8 MB memory card inside. Well, that's handy. I appreciate all the notes. Oh, Hobbit. Oh, that game. UTV Off-Road Fury 3. I actually don't believe I had that one. Another 8 MB memory card inside. Ratchet & Clank Greatest Hits. Yeah. All right, good stuff. Thanks a ton for Zelda. Okay, don't know who this is from. Timberline 4 is what it says in the box. Oh, well, isn't that the thing? Retro Power Retro Bricks, plus 2 USB controllers. Yeah, this is effectively a Lego NES case. I can't call it that, but that's what it is. And it fits a Raspberry Pi 2 or 3, both B and B+. That is neat. I believe this other one is from them too. Yes, it is. They sent me a couple of them. More than a couple. This is a SNES styled one right here. And this is probably the one I was most interested in, even though it looks just bizarre, to be honest. Yeah, it's a Sega Genesis Mega Drive kind of thing. This is just a cool idea. So check out Retro Power, I suppose, if you're curious about these. Timberline 4 Limited is the company. Yeah, this is just a cool idea. Thanks a lot, guys, for sending these my way. This one's heavy. This is from Paul. Oh, yes. The Kodak Display Maker Video Graphics System. And some bonus weird stickers. I mean, those are weird stickers. I also found some floppy disks. I like, you know what? I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. It always happens. I have a bunch of those annoying floppy disk containers, and they always pinch. Anyway, here is the Kodak Display Maker. Look at this. Look at this. It's really heavy. Disturbingly so. Kodak Display Maker Video Graphics System. Don't really know much about it, to be honest, but just, okay, I'm not going to take the whole thing out of here. Well, I could. Oh, look at this. Friggin' ridiculously cool beast. It's got a keyboard, remote control, floppy disks. I couldn't say no to this. I want to play with it. I don't know. And the fact that it's pretty much new in box. You know, I am who I am. We all have our weaknesses. Like Kodak things and video graphics systems. It's just me all over. So thank you very much. I've got a couple left here and they're kind of large. So this one comes from Graham. Bunch of games. Ooh, a couple in here I've wanted for years. All right, well, first off, there's a lot of loose things in here too. Captain Bible, Dome of Darkness is the full version? Yes, it is. First Presbyterian Church. Of course it is. I played the crap out of this and the demo version. I've got a lot of copies of that. I'm still looking for the box for it. Anyway, Next Gen Technical Manual, War in Heaven. Dude, all these Christian things are making me happy. I love collecting weird old Christian games. Yeah, okay, so I already have all these, but I can hand those off to a few people I know will be interested. This other stuff, I don't think I have any of it. Got X-Men Interactive CD-ROM comic book. This is, okay, yeah. I was really psyched to get this. This is an original Wisdom Tree release for the PC. Again, from that First Presbyterian Church in Indiana, Lebanon, Indiana. Anyway, it's a CD-ROM version, apparently. Oh yeah, check it out. So yeah, they released Bible Adventures, Exodus, Spiritual Warfare, and a bunch of other things. In fact, I have a ton of Wisdom Tree games that I want to cover at some point, both the original copies and re-releases. This one I had never come across before in terms of the CD-ROM edition. I have the floppy disk versions for these games. What the crap? It's literally just burned on a CD. That's typical Wisdom Tree, but Wisdom Tree sucks, but they're great. Anyway, Star Trek Judgment Rights, that's sealed. One I have is larger and is not sealed, so that's cool. It's a different release. Ah, yes. Got a classic here. Classic. Saints of Virtue. You know what? I've been looking for this for a very, 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 very long time and have never once run across a copy that was any kind of affordable on eBay. Just look at this terrifying nonsense. I mean, guys, this is the best. I live for this crap. Got a copy of Netstorm Islands at War. Did not have this in such a nice looking box. The one I had was just beat to crap, so was quite happy to have that. And here we go. This is another one I've been looking for just absolutely forever. And to be honest, I didn't know if I had like misremembered this package existing or not. This is Odell Down Under. I covered it a very long time ago in LGR, but it's time to cover it again because this this is the 3.5-inch floppy disk version in the orange box. You know, it's amazing how hard to find certain games from your childhood can be, you know, especially in the box. You can find CD-ROM copies of this all day, and even Macintosh, like, you know, other versions of this box. But this one in particular, I've never once come across it again, except for when I was a kid. And this is like 1997. So to see this again and to know I'm not going crazy, like remembering or misremembering a thing, 1993, man, it's older than I remember it being. Yeah, you have to give me a moment. It's just been a really long time since I've seen this. I have very specific memories of, yeah. Anyway, this is a wonderful amount of nostalgia right here. And just some like odd quirky stuff. Thank you very much. All right, the last one is the largest as usual. And it's also one that I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, it's from a company called, what are they called? It's called Zydax, something I'd never heard of, but I guess they make computers and such. One of the guys there got in touch was just like, hey, you know, like LGR and whatnot, can we send you something? I'm like, yeah, sure. If there's no strings attached. Yeah, he promised to be a very LGR thing, and yeah, I don't get too many offers from like computer companies, so I was curious. Zydax Elite Rigs. My Zydax system was handcrafted. Okay, well, this is a computer. Yeah, okay, so it's got a warranty and some impressive specs. Let's put it that way. Like, yeah. Tempered glass? The heck is this thing? All right, I wasn't kidding about this being an LGR thing. My goodness. Well, that is quite the thing. It's got tempered glass and like lights and crap. Dang, this feels like some quality, man. I don't know if they normally offer wood grain, but wow, they did for this, and that's pretty excellent. Could use some LGR sticker on the front. I might peel that off and put my own vinyl on there, but dude, yeah, look at that. All the I/O and stuff is on top. There's a GTX 1080 Ti in there. Yeah, thank you. I don't remember the guy's name. I'll put it right here. I feel bad about that. And Zydax. Why do I keep wanting to call it Zynax? I've said that like 5 times. It's Zydax. Apparently they do wood grain, or at least they do for YouTubers. By the way, yeah, thanks. It's not sponsored by them. They just sent me a cool thing. Right, so a whole bunch of awesome stuff here that a whole bunch of people from around the world have sent. Once again, this is overwhelming. Certainly combined Christmas and birthday worth remembering. Thank you very much. And as always, I have to keep turning stuff down too. I mean, this is stuff that has arrived over like months of time. Some of these things are dating back to like July. So if you offer something, I have to turn it down. It's just because I'm almost out of space, really. I am out of space. But I love the support and the thought regardless. Thanks to everyone that's offered stuff. And thank you to those that had things that I could use. It will absolutely be used and protected and cherished. And if anything, I hope that you enjoyed the unboxing and the other LGR things that are coming up soon. I've still got a little bit more Christmas content. And of course, normal LGR stuff resuming for every week after that. Until eternity, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, thank you very much for watching and for all the support.